Okay, welcome back, everyone. I'm here again with my dad, Professor Tony, telling us more about the complicated and really elaborate world of I Ching. And today he has a simple message that he wants to share that I don't quite understand yet. So take it away.
I Ching is everything.
Okay.
And I Ching is meta.
Meta,
And
like
know meta?
M-E-T-A.
You know meta?
So
Facebook.
What does I Ching have to do with Meta or Facebook?
Now, even Facebook is I Ching.
Facebook is I Ching. Okay.
Let me tell you. Remember last time we talked about the first word 甲子, 甲?
Yes.
甲 is wood, right?
Yeah. So jia is like the A of ABCD.
甲子,
Okay. And then
the beginning, that's
is like
the right?
one. So A1. Okay.
甲, the word 甲 actually, I presume it was a mask. You hold a stick and a mask. You know the Japanese kabuki?
No, I don't know what that is.
Japanese dancing, Japanese theater, kabuki.
I have no idea what that is.
They wear masks. Anyway, you see all this cultural theaters, or theaters of every culture, they have masks.
Right.
Chinese masks especially, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, what is translation of Chinese Facebook?
It's called Lian Shu, as literally translated.
That is a very
Lian
stupid.
means
That's
face.
a very stupid translation.
Shu is book.
I tell you, because supposedly Lian Shu, it is we Chinese we call Lian Pu.
Right.
Pu is the music score, right?
So
And
face music score. What is
all
the
Asian,
hold on,
the
what does that word mean?
Chinese theater, picking opera, this and opera.
Yes.
The row has to, some rows,
Right.
they wear masks.
As in Chinese opera, the actors wear masks as part of their
Not
costumes.
wear masks, they painted masks.
Oh, they paint
But
their
originally
faces as part of their...
is they wore masks.
Okay.
This kind of performance is in the southeastern part of China. We call
Right.
This is very, very Taoist.
Taoist.
Yeah.
Right.
Original, of Chinese theater.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Translation should be, because Facebook doesn't make sense. So that book, I have my master of picking opera. He has co-authored a book, has all the pictures. So the actor and actress, before they go up, they must come with the book, and they copy the book, and they have to know. You know what?
Okay,
Because
so I understand. So just to explain, what he means is there's a book of, in case, because I just figured this out, there's a book in Chinese-speaking opera that's their own face book. It's a literal menu of painted faces that Chinese opera singers get to choose from before they go to a performance, kind of like costumes. So imagine that a face painter in the back, and they get to say, okay, I want this face to be put on. And it's somewhat relevant because it's related to the word Facebook in Chinese.
It's in Lian Pu.
Lian Pu. And Lian Shu, Lian is of course
Lian
face.
Shu is not Chinese. It is a stupid translation.
It's a stupid translation. So Facebook should actually be called Lian Pu. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
and it's meant to be Lian Pu. You know why? Because why it's called Facebook? Everyone go to Facebook, they wear a mask.
Oh, that's deep.
I believe.
Oh, that's deep.
The person who.
Oh, that's deep. So everyone who, this is true. When we are using social media, we're putting on a persona. We are putting on a mask. And by definition, when we use Facebook,
Who is the boss of Facebook?
Mark Zuckerberg.
He's not real.
He's not, no.
No, many people. The other day I saw.
I think he's a robot.
I saw that he's a short video about his changing of name.
He's so creepy.
Let me tell you, it's not real him.
It's not real? I thought so too. I think they made him up.
He's growing more like what do you call that? The little ghost in the fairy tale. How do you call that? How do you call that? No, we have a word for that. A little effigy. Not effigy. Little what we call the fairies. Right?
I don't know what
Not effigy.
What effigy? Effigy is the thing you burn, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, what is the word? Just started escaping. Anyway.
Sure.
The little ghost in the children love in the Halloween.
Fairies?
Not fairy. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway.
People will find out. Okay.
Okay.
Many people suspected that
He's
actually
he's a goblin.
Everything, even in the U.S. Congress, he was testifying. That was not real him.
He's a robot.
Robots.
He's a robot.
Well, many people believe he's a robot.
Oh my God, guys. Facebook's
Therefore-
creator, Mark Zuckerberg, is
No. Therefore, I'm not surprised,
a robot.
because Mark is now so tired of Facebook now, because
I think so.
it generates so many little ghosts now, including me and you, right?
Or ghosts.
We are all ghosts in Facebook. We are wearing masks. We are not real. When I say ghost,
Yeah,
I mean
social media.
virtual.
Or put it on social
Virtual person. You are not you. Let me tell you why.
Not me.
And then, maybe some Asian master taught, mask. It's taught what you call Zubo. What is his name? Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. Yeah.
Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Why don't you use Yijing ideas? So he said, what? So we say,
Somebody asked him this?
no, I speculate, because
You
Meta,
are questioning. Right.
Meta is Yijing.
Okay, what is meta?
Why
What
meta
is,
Yijing?
how is meta
I
Yijing?
tell you, Egyptian scholar laughed at him. Stupid. Meta in Hebrew is death.
Oh,
And it's very ominous, right?
Right.
You choose such a bad name for your future enterprise, right?
right.
Let me tell you, he was wrong. In the first place, Hebrew word may have come from Greek. I don't know. Well, some Jewish people will attack me if they feel unhappy. But sorry, I just think that the origin of meta in Greece is very easy.
Yeah.
Anything not real, not you.
Right.
Up, down,
Right.
around,
Yeah.
assemble,
Yeah.
parallel.
Yeah. Or
That's all
meta
meta,
sense. Right.
metaphysics, right?
Yeah.
And the metaverse.
The metaverse. Yeah.
And the metadata, you have the
Metadata,
metaverse.
yeah. So
Metaverse,
it's-
you know what?
It's the sub, or maybe not even the sub, but the
Yeah.
alternate almost
The
reality.
system that take care of another system, the real system.
Sure.
And then I think, what is real?
What is real?
Even Mark is not real.
I definitely agree with that.
Okay? But anyway, with Yijing, you feel comfortable, you can drink your tea, you don't feel worried, because Yijing book tells you,
Yeah.
and it's built upon virtual reality. And let
How
me tell
is
you why.
Yijing built upon virtual reality?
It talks about masks. In Yijing, it has several gua. It's related to a mask.
What's Gua?
Gua is a hexagram.
Okay. So in the study of Yijing, there are hexagrams. The hexagrams represent different combinations. I
There are
think it was
64 hexagrams.
64 hexagrams.
And there's specific word. There's a word.
So hexagrams are like codes to understand and unlock something in predicting the
More than
future
code, just
or
words.
of life.
Words.
There,
64 words.
Yeah, there's 64
Words.
I like the word code. It sounds cooler.
Okay.
Codes, hexagrams,
Okay.
right? Because it's
You are more
combination.
true.
It's
You are more true,
combination.
because I tell you why. If you study language so much so that you believe that all you've learned is not real,
Right.
there'll be added meanings, right? More
Sure.
meaning, right? So
Right.
therefore, it is code.
Right, it's code.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Great.
it's codes. And okay, so and then we are not when we are presenting ourselves as who we are on Facebook, it's a persona, it's not real, it's a coded idea. So how does this fit into how is meta like Yijing?
The word "e"
Yeah.
means change.
Right. Yeah, the book of change. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, book of change.
Do you know lizard, the animal,
Lizard.
chameleon,
Lizard. Oh, this is getting
Lizard.
exciting. Are you saying that Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard person?
Well, this whole thing is not. I don't say he is. The animal was
We're
related.
going to get banned from Facebook.
No,
for
no,
this.
related to.
For calling Mark Zuckerberg a lizard person.
This is very important because
Okay.
Yijing originally came from that little thing that eat mosquito in your house and change colors. It can change color.
Chameleon.
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 There are many words for that. Chameleon and lizard.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are the things.
Right.
Are the Yijing. The word "e" came from that.
Oh.
And it's shaped like that.
So the world is an ever-changing chameleon, and the book of changes
No
tracks
changes,
the various
not change.
changes.
Changes, you know what I mean? It changes every other minute. Change according to your vision. Now, we'll talk about the quantum physics now.
Mm-hmm.
Quantum physics is very different from traditional physics because quantum is a little monster.
Mm-hmm.
When you see it, it will show some place for you.
Right.
What you want to see.
Right.
If you don't see it, it go away.
Okay.
It's a very, very elusive thing. Okay?
Sure.
Now, Marx now come out say, if we don't do any change, we are dead. We will perish.
Sure.
Okay? And that's for sure, because nothing will last forever.
Yep.
And the book of changes speaks that, everything change every minute, every other day, every other year. Change is the essence of the book.
Right.
And how do you change? It built a spatial platform, a spatial formula. And the Asian scholars or people who do definition, actually, in the Han Dynasty, there's a guy who, Confucius himself did not do definition himself the way that we know. Because his definition method was terribly difficult. It takes about 1 day, half a day to complete one process. And then you get the result of certain word. Some lazy people simply say, I don't do that. I pick one word and it come out, this is the word I do. At the temple, they give you 64 categories and you go there, you pick one. Mm-hmm. But Confucius is different. He used a yellow kind of a stalk or yellow kind of a plant. Okay. Dried.
Sure.
And you have to go through many, many steps of processes to do that, right? Mm-hmm. And then, in one person in Han Dynasty who are familiar with Confucius thinking, Confucius is so knowledgeable about this book.
Genius.
And he invented what we call the 8 chambers.
Sure.
Okay, and we'll talk about the 8 chambers later on.
But look, I'm feeling a little lost again. So our main essence here, and I'm actually starting to understand now that the Book of Changes is called Book of Changes because as a book about fortune and all things is that the only constant we have in life is change. As a matter of fact, anytime you go through any kind of life change, it's either a positive or a negative based on your interpretation. And if you want to make money, that is you bringing change, right? I don't have enough money. Next year, I will have money. That's a change. Yeah. So the Book of Change is essentially a book. It's called Book of Change because it's a calculation of the kind of pacing of changes we'll go through. It's almost philosophical.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, you're right. And now, why this book is meta?
Yeah, why is it meta?
Because it's not real. It is about, they give you approaches to a reality. It is not the reality.
It is
and it's so complex. Even, for example, the gua, that very closest to mask, is called Meng.
So the Book of Changes is a calculation of the meta reality that we live in.
Yes. Yes.
So underneath what I perceive us as real is this other reality. This is not sci-fi necessarily, but it's just the way we look at things. There's this alternate reality.
I'm going to talk a little bit about next topic, but I will give you a little taste.
But I want to come back. This is super fascinating because the metaverse is yijing because yijing is telling us what the genuine, not like the let me put on a thing and like talk to people on the internet kind of stuff, but like actual metaverse of our lives is the secondary fabric in which the change happens upon a certain calculated rhythm.
I'm scared because you know why? If you go doing yijing, you will be super scholar because your mind now is no control. Your mind is going to wild. And it's true. And it's really better than what I can do. What you illustrate was so true.
I'm trying to understand this myself.
Why you need definition? Because I don't know what happened tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. And some in some clever young people,
sure,
and some definition expert or fortune teller will tell you tomorrow 3 o'clock you will run into a girl who wear red jacket, and something like that. Okay,
sure,
it's very popular in Chinese history books.
Totally,
about this kind of thing. Okay?
Oh yeah.
That's called definition, right?
Right.
And sometimes it's so accurate that. Stunning, right?
Yeah.
As if you see it, you know what?
Can I pause you there and tell a story about some stuff I've heard from you?
No, I don't want that.
Really?
Okay.
Can I please?
Bad taste. No.
There's some really crazy, interesting stuff.
No, crazy.
Can I tell you about the time that you told me about I was going to get a ticket that night, like a driving speeding ticket?
I mean, it's just by coincidence, okay? But there are ways that you can formulate this.
Right.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay?
So the metaverse, as I understand it in Facebook, is that it is another layer of reality. Because when you think about it, every time I pick up my phone, there's another layer of reality. In the same sense that energy is constantly all around us, temperature is all around us, air is all around us. It is something that is existing and changes, but we don't look at. I will look at seasons. I look outside right now and I see that the trees are changing in color. There is a pattern to this. That is the metaverse in some ways. It is the physical reality that I can observe, but yet what is going on underneath it is something that I don't necessarily perceive. I Ching is the understanding of the true metaverse that is underneath that.
Nothing is true metaphor, I tell you.
Oh.
Nothing is true. The I Ching can span several levels of realities. And you just don't know which reality is closest to that reality. And therefore allows a person who expects the future to choose one which is closest. Now, we have many realities in our life, right? And I'm talking about feng shui, something like that. For example, you go to a person's room, you see a Chinese painting and a lady inside. Sometimes we call 仕女图, the portrait of lady. Okay?
It sounds like porn, but yeah.
Portrait of lady.
Okay, so you're talking about an actual portrait of a lady.
Chinese superstition or Chinese legend culture, theater,
right,
dwell on this kind of thing. And therefore, it spans a lot of theology. That's how theology comes up, okay? Now, let me finish.
Okay.
Someday that lady will go up to your life. And that's a very famous Chinese...
Whoa, hold on. So if I put up a painting, what you're saying is that you put up a painting of this woman, at some point a woman like that will appear in your life?
Yeah.
Like a manifestation?
Not theater stage. They perform is very famous. Number one Chinese most famous theater.
Okay.
It's about a scholar,
right,
and a lady who was actually died because sickness, right? And the painting invoke the ghost coming up, and therefore there's another layer of reality is they actually marry later on, but they don't marry as person. They marry as ghost. So theater is about ghost, and ghost is about the ghost of ghost.
So
the ghost actually
the metaverse.
Meta is ghost. And the book of I Ching primarily is to help people to defend or to deal with ghost. So therefore every hexagram is a ghost. And they make every hexagram during ancient tribes. Ancient time, very, very ancient time, illiterate time. They have no language, prehistory. They use one hexagram word, or sometimes it's a mask or an artifact, in order to defend the ghost. Why? Because ghosts are duplicates of thinking, the duplicate of real person. They are simply not real because they are virtual reality, and this is very dangerous for us to believe in the future. The virtual reality will superpose or replace our real life. And I will predict this kind of thing is not everlasting.
What is the kind of thing that will not be
Since last week, the whole world is coming into completely new stage. After 5G, 6G, your life is now surrounded by ghosts because you don't have to go to social media to talk to your friend. So you push your button, your friend comes right in front of you, and I tell you most scary.
Yeah.
You eat your noodle.
Yeah.
And you see someone is in the noodle chatting with you.
Oh my God.
Smiling at you.
That sounds very
that
scary.
is happening now.
Right.
Okay.
That does in fact sound really scary. Okay. So the final word on this particular topic, how is understanding the metaverse of Facebook is understanding I Ching is that I Ching is the study and examination of essentially it wouldn't make sense to call it a parallel universe because parallel universe suggests that there's two universes side by side. The meta universe is the universe that's underneath us. There's a pattern and a season that happens that is measured in the Book of Changes in I Ching. And our understanding of that pattern and understanding of these things, given the fact that this has taken thousands of years for these, ancient Chinese civilization to understand, is that they track these kind of patterns, is that it is the same way we could start understanding how our lives go through the same patterns and the same chapters. We could take a look. So as the oft quoted saying goes, is that if you understand your past, is to understand your future. If you understand the way things have happened previously, is the way we can understand how things will happen in the future. And as such, the study of I Ching is a study of all virtual reality.
You can start from there and plan your course at the university. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
I appreciate that.
And you can do your I Ching class, because what you said makes a lot of sense.
Well, what you said makes a lot of sense.
Well,
that was what you said.
No.
I just
let me tell you,
it to the camera.
it's very different.
Okay.
You speak yourself, right? I speak myself, right? Okay.
Sure.
That's I Ching. You know what? I Ching is not only changes. The most interesting part of I Ching is the book of exchanges. And the ancient sages, they don't dare to go that far, because they know one day Facebook is going to take over. So they are very humble.
Oh, God.
Say, okay, it just changes, not exchanges.
Okay, so Mark Zuckerberg, if you hear this, don't sue us.
Don't sue us.
This
yeah.
is not about.
I didn't make that.
We're not doing I Ching Messenger anytime soon, but we are understanding.
I want to talk
the
about
connection.
this couple in the future.
Okay,
I
that
admire
sounds
this
perfect.
couple, amazing couple. I tell you.
We'll come back.
So Mark, don't sue me, okay? You are amazing. You are my hero.
I want to go that far, Dad.
I wish,
Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll
Okay.
talk about it next time.
Okay.